Coming up on Juice and Java, we have what activities you can do around campus this weekend.
And we have Greg Bradbury live at the Dome and Ricky Sayer live at Marshall Street to see how students are gearing up for the first home game.
All of that and more starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Josh Meyers.
And I'm Ryan Baker.
Let's kick things off with the squeeze.
Are you looking for fun activities on campus? Well, Orange After Dark is hosting a variety of events this weekend for students looking for COVID-friendly activities.
And while fans are not allowed in the Dome for football games, students can still enjoy the first home game of the season at a watch party in Gifford Auditorium. Tonight, Orange After Dark Comedy Night is featuring Mickey Housley.
At 11 p.m. tonight and 1 p.m. tomorrow, Like a Boss will be playing at Gifford Auditorium. Finally, there will be an outdoor showing of Avengers Endgame at the Shaw Quadrangle at 8 p.m. on Sunday.
And new updates to this year's Remembrance Week. Changes include limiting in-person gathering and holding virtual events to follow COVID-19 guidelines.
The committee has also postponed the annual rose-laying ceremony and remembrance convocation to the spring. The scholarship honors 35 SU Abroad students who were killed in the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103.
And each year, 35 students are chosen to receive a scholarship, one of the university's highest honors. The committee says they will continue to update their calendar page with virtual events throughout the semester.
And all of South Campus was tested for COVID-19 on Wednesday and will be tested again on Monday, allegedly because of a trace of COVID was found in the wastewater.
Clinton Day also underwent additional testing. This follows a slight downturn in COVID cases on campus. According to the SU COVID dashboard, 11 cases have recovered since Thursday. There are no new employee cases.
And only 2 new student cases, only one is in Central New York and the other is away. As of an update yesterday, there are 20 active student cases, 2 of them from outside Central New York, and 102 students currently in quarantine.
And in the greater city of Syracuse, over 100 people gathered in Clinton Square Thursday night after a Kentucky grand jury announced that they would not indict the officers involved with the murder of Breonna Taylor.
Instead, only one officer was indicted for wanton endangerment. Several local activist groups demanded the Syracuse Council pass the Right to Know Act, which would increase police transparency.
Now, this comes a few weeks after the murder of Syracuse resident Steve Smith by local police on September 4th. Syracuse Police Department has yet to release the body camera footage from the incident.
That's right, Josh. And the Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was honored at a private ceremony in Saturday Hall at the United States Capitol building. Ginsburg died last week. She was the first woman and first Jewish person to lie in the state capitol.
And following the ceremony, which featured a speech from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, female lawmakers lined the steps as the casket left the Capitol. Earlier in the week, many of the justices' former law clerks lined the steps of the Supreme Court, where the late justice laid in repose for 2 days.
And thousands of mourners paid for their respects, including the President and First Lady. Ginsburg will be interred with her husband, Marty Ginsburg, at Arlington Cemetery in a private ceremony this weekend. And
swinging it right back on campus, football is back, and the new dome roof is finally finished.
Juice and Java correspondent Greg Bradbury joins us live from the Dome right now. Greg, good morning.
Yeah, guys, good morning to you. It is a beautiful day here in Syracuse, and football is finally back in the Dome. We've got a new team, a new Jumbotron, and even a new roof. But fans, they're going to have to settle watching it on TV. Now, normally we'd be seeing crowds gathering up to get into the Dome right now, but not today due to COVID-19 restrictions, so you'll have to see it on TV. But we've got a preview for you right here. When you walk in that stadium, you're going to be seeing a massive new Jumbotron, some beautifully new roof, and also some wonderful lighting in there. And let me tell you, we've been out here for about an hour so far, and it is loud. You can hear pretty much everything in there out here as well, and there's a reason it's called the Loud House, and Chancellor Severud certainly agrees.
It's a new level of Loud House. It's a louder house, I'd say, and the lighting enhances that dramatically. It's really going to be one of the best venues in the country for all sorts of events.
Yeah, and guys, for students, they want to know, when can they get in there? When can we go in there and check a game out? Well, we don't have an exact timetable for the games, but Pete Sala also did say students would be able to go in there and study and do things like that for class, especially during COVID, and so far we don't have an exact timetable for that, but we do have a timetable for kickoff. Kickoff is set for noon, so right after you're done watching Juice and Java, you can head over and watch the game on TV, and then make sure to check out Orange Press Pass at the half and after the game as well for a full recap. With that, back to you guys, and enjoy the game.
Our Greg Berberry at the Dome. Now, it was a warm Friday yesterday, and for Syracuse weather, that's a tad abnormal, don't you think?
Absolutely, Josh. It's not really even a question of if we'll see cold weather, but when. And Citrus TV weather anchor Walker Simmons is in studio to fill us in. Walker?
Thanks, guys. It's definitely been a weird transition into weather. Last weekend, we were seeing temperatures drop as low as 36, and now we're seeing 72 on Saturday. Definitely some confusing weather, but for game day, it's looking really nice. So tonight, you're going to see temperatures get to about 70 degrees. Of course, as the sun goes down, temperatures will drop just a little bit, and we'll get a little warm, 70 here. One thing to keep in mind, winds, we're seeing about 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, so you might get a little bit of a chill coming through. Nothing too serious. It's still shorts and t-shirt weather, maybe a sweatshirt if you're feeling up to it. Now, for game day, taking a look here across the map, 75 at noon. That's where we're going to be starting on game day, and it's going to just get warmer. 3 p.m. we're seeing things get up to 79s. We might see it peak into 80, but we'll be staying in that 70-degree range. It's going to be looking really nice as well. You're not going to have to worry about any cloud coverage, or as you can see around, clear skies will come in around 2 p.m. with some medium winds throughout the day, so that heat will be there, but the wind will definitely kind of cool things down. Guys?
Thanks, Walker. So we know what the inside of the dome looks like and what the weather will be for people watching the game from their lawns, but what about how the fans are feeling?
Well, I certainly know that I am super excited to watch the game. It's not going to be in person like in past years, but I'm definitely going to be watching it with friends. How about you, Josh?
Yeah, I agree. And Juice and Java correspondent Ricky Sayre is out on Marshall Street. Ricky, is anyone there right now?
Okay, so we are having a bit of technical difficulties right now with Ricky. However, what are your plans for the game, Josh?
Well, I'm just going to be sitting around in my apartment watching the game with all my friends. It's going to be a really good one. I'm very excited to see how exactly the Cuse are going to be performing in the brand new dome.
So do you remember last week during the pre-tape with Walker and Carmela about cooking any of that food? Are you planning to make any of those snacks that we saw? Because I'm thinking going and checking that out for this week.
Yeah, definitely. I'm planning on making a nice little lunch, maybe ordering in, but also trying to make some new cupcakes or some kind of pastries, a very nice baking something for the game.
I'm thinking of recreating dome nachos at my house. I don't really know how I'm going to do it, but I've been really craving nachos ever since we haven't been able to go to the dome. So.
Yeah.
All right, and I think we've kind of resolved our issue here. So Ricky Sayre is out on Marshall Street right now. Ricky, do you see anyone out there right now?
Yeah, guys, it's relatively empty on a typical game day. This sidewalk would be flooded with fans, maybe getting a new jersey at Manny's, a slice of pizza at Varsity, and maybe even a cup of coffee at Dunkin'. Today, no one really knows what to expect. I'll get it out of the way here. Just maybe 6, 8 people here on Marshall Street walking around right now. The owner of Manny's told me yesterday they would be lucky to have just a tenth of the customers they usually have on a game day. I just got off the phone with the owner of Varsity and Fagan's. He also doesn't know what to expect. The situation made worse with this game not being on linear TV. He's not sure if they will be able to show the game on their TVs. You know, these game day customers mean a lot to these businesses. For months, they have feared a fanless game day in the Dome. Now it's a reality. As for how fans are feeling ahead of this historic game, well, they are real excited to see that new scoreboard, the new lights, and of course the roof above them. They wish they could see it in person, but as we know, that's not possible. Instead, they are watching from home. Yesterday, I spoke with an SU freshman. He's from Albany, and he's been coming to games in the Carrier Dome for years. He's disappointed he can't get inside and experience the renovated dome with his friends firsthand.
Yeah, we've heard the construction going on every night, every morning, bright and early, and I just wish we were in there to check out the progress. I know it probably looks great, but we're missing out.
Yeah, Yeah, guys, this is the closest fans we're going to be able to get to the Carrier Dome and have just a bit of a game day experience. So it'll be very interesting to see how many people are here today. Reporting here on Juice and Java, Ricky Sayer, Citrus TV News.
I can't even imagine how devastating that is for the freshmen right now. As a junior, I'm devastated we can't go to the Dome. Ricky, thank you so much. After the break, senior correspondent Emily Karp is in studio to talk about Mental Health Awareness Week.
Stay with us.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good stir. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham-bam minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back. Mental Health Awareness Week is coming up.
That's right, Josh. Senior correspondent Emily Karp is in studio to talk about how Syracuse University students and faculty are spreading awareness. Emily?
As the coronavirus persists, issues surrounding mental health have been at an all-time high. In fact, the University of Chicago conducted a COVID response study in late May, studying the overall happiness of people. The collected data indicated that only 14% of respondents were, quote, very happy, unquote. With many people struggling, various students at Syracuse University have been teaming up with support groups to provide students with more outlets. One of the many ways SU is helping to support students is through the Student Association. SU's Student Association is in the works of creating a partnership with the, quote, My Student Support Program, a mental health organization geared towards college students, unquote. This student support program provides students with an app that features regular health assessments, fitness lessons, and 24/7 mental health support. Further, the app will offer anonymous health screenings for depression, general anxiety, and substance abuse. After the screenings, the app may prompt students to reach out to a counselor. A notable feature that the app has is the capability of connecting students with counselors that could empathize with them. For example, a student who has a history with an eating disorder may want a counselor who specializes with eating disorders. Both Colleen Hunter, the organization's director, and Student Association President Justine Hastings say the program would be extremely useful for SU students who might be dealing with stress originating from the COVID-19 outbreak. Though this support program is still in the works, Hastings plans to heavily discuss finalizing plans with Corey Wallach, Executive Director of Health and Wellness at the Barnes Center of the Arch. In addition to the possible implementation of the My Student Support Program, a group of students at SU will also be launching a mental health app this upcoming week called Unmasked. The app is a supportive anonymous social media app created by students for Syracuse students. The app, originally launched at Dartmouth College, provides a space for students to be vulnerable and have open and honest conversations with their peers. To receive support, simply download the Unmasked app from the App Store and choose the Syracuse icon. Counseling, therapy, mental health, hotlines, and more are currently offered through the Barnes Center. To see the full list, visit the Barnes Center webpage through the Syracuse University website.
Emily, thank you. Coming up on Juice and Java, we teamed up with a couple players from the Syracuse Ultimate Frisbee team.
That's right, they taught us a couple of tips and tricks on how to improve our game.
Stay with us.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Welcome back to Juice and Java.
We were able to catch up with Syracuse's Ultimate Frisbee team to learn a little bit more about the sport.
Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. We're out here on SU's quad, joined by Luca Serio and Paul Goral from Syracuse's Ultimate Frisbee team. So can you guys explain the process of how a new student that wants to join the Ultimate team could go about doing that?
This year, the best way to do that is to email us. You can find our email on our Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or our website. What we've been doing is adding everyone that's interested in trying out to like a group me, and the kids in that group me have been scheduling sort of their own pickup, their own chances to throw, to hang out, because it seems like the people that want to play are really eager and want to get involved early.
And what are the rules into actually playing Ultimate Frisbee?
So it's played on a field that's about the size of a football field. The end zones are about 20 yards deep by 70 yards long for the field length, and you play 7-on-7. It starts with a pull, which is kind of like a kickoff. One team throws this to the other team, and from there, you try to complete passes to get into the other team's end zone. Once you catch the disc, you can't move with it, and you can only hold it for 10 seconds. And anytime there's an infraction that happens during the run of play, you can make those calls yourself, and you have discussions with other players in the field to resolve them. Any turnover on the field, the disc stays. There's no substitutions until somebody scored, so the players that are on the field are on the field until the point is finished, and then you can sub however you want. So that's kind of, in layman's terms, the most simple version of the sport.
And so yeah, before we get into some drills, we just wanted to give you some jerseys from the team. This is for you guys. Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
Incredible. I already feel like a welcome member of team name? Doom Ultimate Frisbee.
Doom Ultimate, there we go.
I'm really excited to go. We got our awesome jerseys on. I got my little van here. He's got his little reactor.
Let's get into some drills. You're going to put 2 fingers on the inside of the rim and 2 fingers on the outside, and then you're going to have your thumb on the flight rings. And then the most important part when you want to throw is keeping the disc flat and then just snapping your wrist through like you're snapping a towel at somebody.
Plant your left foot as a pivot, and then move your right foot over your body. And again, just try and keep the disc really flat and turn your hips like that.
All right, now Josh, Luca, Paul, and I are all gonna play a little game here where we're all gonna stand in one socially distanced circle and set up a water bottle in another one.
Whoever knocks down the water bottles first, let's see who can do it.
And that's kind of all we have here with Juice and Java. If you are interested in joining the Ultimate Team, definitely go reach out to the team and check that out.
Thank you guys so much for coming on and playing with us. We'll be right back.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Welcome back. Last week was the 2020 Emmys.
That's right, and Unpeeled television reporter Patrick Gunn is in studio to break down the awards. Patrick?
Thanks, Josh. Now, I know what you're thinking. The Emmys actually happened during a global pandemic in this economy? Well, rest assured, the Television Academy Awards show did run normally. Well, about as normally as a virtual awards show could during 2020. The show, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, ran almost completely virtual. Kimmel hosted the show from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, and very few people joined him, as only a few celebrity presenters and crew members were on location. The nominees received a home video kit so that they could react to their results in real time from their living rooms or wherever they were set up. To still honor the winners, presenters showed up at each of the nominees' homes to present statues to the winners in hazmat suits. That meant that even the losers got an ironic visit. Rami Youssef captured this experience and shared that defeat to the world on his Twitter. Youssef's comedy, Rami, spent the night looking up at their friendly Canadian neighbors. Schitt's Creek won all 7 comedy awards presented that night, and that's not a typo. With 9 total wins, including the Creative Arts Emmys from the week, Dan Levy's show set an Emmys record for most wins in a season for a comedy. And keep in mind, the show had never won an Emmy before that year, in the show's final season nonetheless. HBO dominated the rest of the night. The drama series Succession and the limited series Watchmen each won 4 awards, including the top prizes in their respective categories. And those buzzy series won a combined 18 awards over the full week. And HBO even scored the surprise win of the night when Zendaya won Best Actress in a Drama for her work in the show Euphoria. You can see her elation here. And unfortunately, the virtual intrigue didn't lead to more viewers. The Emmys hit an all-time low with just 6.1 million viewers on the night.
That really sounds like quite a show, Patrick. Now, why do you think the ratings took such a hit this year?
Well, I think there's a couple factors. First of all, the ratings, of course, they don't really track the notable numbers of viewers online. I think most of the viewers are going to see the award on streaming. And also, they had to compete with 2 major nights in sports and Sunday Night Football and the NBA playoffs at the same time. So that's going to take up a lot of viewers from the show.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much for breaking down the Emmys. Coming up, Walker Simmons is here to give us a full weather forecast.
And we'll talk about a new fundraiser for our furry friends in Syracuse.
Stay with us.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
All right, so Friday's been hot. Saturday is going to be warm. Now, how's Sunday looking? Well, as you can see here, we're going to start it off at around 70 degrees at 9, and it can get all the way up to 80 degrees around 6. So the day itself will be warm. Now, one thing to keep in mind that's been different from Friday and Saturday is the wind speeds. Right here, you see about 12-mile-per-hour winds. Now, skies will stay clear, but you're going to be feeling a nice breeze throughout the entirety of the day. It's going to be making for a great Saturday and Sunday, a great weekend overall, so definitely a time to get outside and enjoy some fun summer activities. Now, taking a glance across the map here, as you can see, Syracuse is sitting there at a nice 63, but temperatures are pretty even across the board. One thing to keep in mind is Binghamton down here at 57, just dropping out of the 60s. It's looking fairly nice. It's looking like a nice summer temperature, especially for this morning. Now, pulling away here and taking a glance at the 5-day forecast, one thing to keep in mind that's the biggest is rain. You're going to be seeing rain starting Tuesday all the way through Thursday. Guys?
Thanks, Walker. And attention to all dog owners. Fundraising for a Syracuse dog park kicked off yesterday. Syracuse Councilor Michael Green has been working with the Syracuse Parks Conservancy to build an Ormond Spencer Park.
They have set an initial goal of $27,000, and anyone who donates at least $100 can have their dogs listed as a founding pup. These dogs will have their names listed on a plaque throughout the park. Donations can be made to the Syracuse Park Conservancy GoFundMe page.
And it's been a busy week on campus.
So right now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy a slice of nature.
And that's all for Juice and Java this morning.
Be sure to check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow us on CitrusTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Josh Meyers.
And I'm Ryan Baker.
Stay safe, enjoy the game, and have a great day, Syracuse.